So today is the 20th of August and we have just got back from London after our initial consultation with our IVF clinic. So our appointment was at about 11:20 today, so I feel so guilty because we're not telling anyone that we're doing this. Marco's parents don't know, my parents don't know, none of our friends know. The only people that know are my management team at work, because they need to know. But we got there today and we have come back with all this paperwork that, to be honest, I don't really know when to start. We got there, they were so nice to us. They kind of have to be, we're paying them an obscene amount of money, but they really were. Like, the second we walked in, they made us feel so welcome. It was great. Went today, we ended up being there for so long. Like, I literally thought we'd be there for about an hour and we didn't leave until nearly 2 o'clock. So we got there and she was going through the procedure with us, like, kind of telling us how it worked, listening to us, our story, what they thought they could do for us. So obviously I told her about my darling fallopian tubes that no longer exist. We had to fill out so many forms to make sure that we kind of understood what we were doing, all about our medical history, and we now have so many more forms to fill in. But then they did this, so I had an internal ultrasound, which was really quite interesting. Marco came and watched it from this end, and they kind of show you all within your womb, the different things that they look for, the thicknesses that your lining has to be, things like that. It was really interesting. And then they count your follicles, so that was kind of the moment of truth for us, because realistically I could have a great BMI, which I don't. I could have, you know, I could literally be prime fertile window and I might not fit their criteria because I might not have had enough follicles. Their requirement is 12, I have 14. She told me how I have a beautiful ovaries, which is always a compliment. I have had the best part of a good few years of people just highlighting things that is wrong with my reproductive system. So honestly, I thought it was quite a compliment to be told I have pretty ovaries. Not your everyday compliment, but it was a good enough compliment for me. So she went through all that, which was great, and so basically we're good to go with them. I'd read quite a lot, I'm in quite a lot of IVF support groups, if you like, on Facebook, and there were a lot of people that were saying that they were able to start from the next cycle, and most people that have been to our clinic were. So I had kind of built myself up into thinking that great, we'll be starting tail end of next week. Yet when we were having this conversation with them, so we have this consultation and now we have a treatment consultation, and they like to see you 1 to 2 weeks before your cycle starts. So unless they could get us in this week, there was no way that I'd be able to start next week. So they told us that we would therefore have to start from my October cycle, which I was quite upset about, to be honest. I felt really deflated. I've been so positive all day, and then I was like, oh, like, I've waited long enough for this. I didn't want to have to wait any longer. But as Marco said, we've waited long enough that another month isn't really the be all and end all. So I was okay. I'd not eaten, so I was also a bit hungry. So that was it. So it's a good thing. It gives me a month. I don't need to lose any weight. My BMI is under a certain amount, but kind of only just. So I would like to lose a little bit more weight over the next month, and then we can crack on. I think our appointment is now on the 17th of September, and then we get the ball rolling. So it should be like the 27th of September that is cycle day 1, and we go from there. How exciting! She says, shitting her pants. So today is the 27th of September. My medication has just been delivered. I can't bring myself to open the box. I need to because it all needs to be in the fridge, but I spent the last couple of days like sterilising the fridge and sorting everything out, and I was going over my delivery receipt night before last and I just burst into tears because there's something on it that I don't remember her talking to me about in the consultation, and so I'm just panicking that I've either got something extra or that I just don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, I feel really excited, but at the same time it's all like really sunk in today that it's really real and that this is actually happening. So now it's just kind of a waiting game and we're just waiting for me to come on. Like, it's mad. Like, that could be anything from like 5 days to 2 weeks. But yeah, I feel really nervous. It's not, don't know. But yeah, so I'm going to go through it all now. So we'll have a look in that box. I think, yeah, I'm meant to be taking, I think it's Benfola, Cetrotide, and then Ovitrel is my trigger. And then I've also got the Eugesterone or whatever it's called. But I seem to have been given like Bersolin and like 10 lot of Buserelin. I don't know how you say it. But I seem to have been given like 10 lots of that. Whereas I don't know. I know she said that they might make me trigger on it, but I don't know why I need 10 lots of it. So yeah, we'll go have a look. But yeah. Oh, it's all getting a little bit real now, isn't it? Goodness me. Blimey, governor. See how we get on. Just to put into perspective for you, all the medication I've got to take. So these orange ones I will be taking every morning. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I've got 10 days of that. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So then I've got, as of day 4 of doing these, I then do these in the evening. So I'm doing both of them. This is 36 hours before. These are vaginal applicators that I need to put in. I think it's after my transfer. But that's all just progesterone effectively. And I don't really know what the hell the Buserelin is actually for. I don't know why I've been given 10 pens to do that. As far as I was concerned, I was just going to trigger with it. So I'm going to need to get in contact with the clinic because I'm a little bit confused, and as a result I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed. This is the easiest one. Having a look at the actual injection, that is simple as anything. But there we go, it's all arrived. It's getting a bit real. I am now 20 days late for my period, which means we were meant to be starting my injections 20 days ago, but that's obviously not happened. And I think over the last 3-4 days I have been so hormonal, you don't understand, and like I'm just fed up. And I'm so fed up of waiting for it now, because I just think like it's just one thing after another and it's just setback after setback, and I don't know, I just feel like as much as I want it to come, I'm so scared. Like I just feel, I don't know, I just feel really scared. Like I feel like I have to inject myself every day, and I don't know how I feel about that. Like I'm so scared of doing that, and I'm scared of, you know, scared's the wrong word, but I'm like really I'm really nervous about being so bloated and all the side effects, and people have said about the night sweats and how tired they are and how irritable they are, and I'm dreading all of that. And like it's just, I have such a phobia of needles and I'm so squeamish that I don't know how I'm going to do it, and then to have to put myself through all of this and it potentially not working, I find that really scary. And I'm just really scared because I think we made the decision not to tell anybody, and I'm glad that we're doing that, because if it does work, then I want to be able to surprise everybody, which, like, we don't have that. That option really has been taken away from us. So this is kind of our choice to do that. But then if it doesn't work, and then having to tell everybody that it didn't work, and on top of that, not only did we not tell them, but like that guilt. So it's injection day. I'm a bit nervous now. I've been cool as a cucumber all day, and now I've got like 20 minutes. I'm absolutely bricking it. I'm not sure if I'm in focus. So this is what I've got to inject it with tonight. So this is Benfola. I need 150 units, whatever that means. But yeah, so I am going to go have a shower. It's a pre-filled pen. It should be easy enough. I'm dreading it, but I'm also really excited. So Marco is due home pretty much any minute. So I bought myself a new candle today in the hope that it would just make me feel a bit better. Just a bit of a congratulations, you're starting to make a baby present. So I've just lit that. I'm gonna go have a shower. And then yeah, hopefully he'll be home and it's all systems go. Oh, I'm bricking it, absolutely bricking it. I think I'm more worried about the side effects than anything else. Like, I think it's one of those things that I'm either not gonna have any side effects or I'm gonna have loads of side effects. And I just don't like the idea of my stomach being a pincushion. But yeah, just gotta think of the end goal. So Marco keeps telling me, oh, I'm injecting myself. Okay, right, go get a shower, otherwise I'm still gonna be stood here when he gets home. Right, shower, let's go. Okay, is that in focus? Yeah. Right, I'm scared.
You got this one.
Benfola contient de la FSH, une hormone qui est naturellement produite par le cerveau. Cette hormone va permettre le développement de plusieurs follicules et donc d'amener plusieurs ovocytes à maturité. Le Benfola se présente sous la forme d'un stylo pré-rempli. Les doses de Benfola sont exprimées en unités internationales UI. Votre médecin détermine la quantité de et la fréquence à laquelle vous devez le prendre. Les injections de Benfola se font sous la peau, on appelle cela une injection sous-cutanée, en général le soir, en respectant un même créneau horaire, par exemple entre 18h ou entre 20h et 22h. Avant de réaliser vos injections, vous devez au préalable choisir
That's alright.
Yeah. I'm gonna put it down in a stabbing motion.
Don't make me nervous.
Ready?
Okay, it's 6:36. Well, I'm not even sure it's quite that yet. But I'm on my way to London for my first scan since I started stims. So hopefully everything's growing okay, everything's doing what it should. But we'll find out when we get there, I guess. I'm very tired. How early? Number 1. Fingers crossed everything's okay. Okay, so I've just got back from London, so I had my first scan today. Yeah, I had my first scan today with good old trusty friend Wanda the dildo cam. It went okay. My right ovary, all the follicles seemed to be developing quite well. There were plenty there. They were a good size. My left ovary she struggled to find. It seemed to be hiding behind my bowel. But we did find it. It wasn't doing as well as the right, but it was okay. She said it's nothing to worry about, etc. I'm where I should be follicle-wise for day 5. She didn't tell me how many I had, but I am where I should be for day 5. My womb lining, however, is still quite thin. She said it's nothing to worry about given that it's only day 5, but it is a bit thinner than it should be. So I ended up having to go to Wimpole Street and have a few blood tests. So fingers crossed, tomorrow morning I should also be starting my Cetrotide, which means I am injecting my Cetrotide in the morning and Benfola, carrying on with that in the evening. But my estrogen levels obviously need checking. So if anything is changing, she's going to give me a ring this afternoon. So I'm a bit nervous about that. I do feel like it put a bit of a dampener because I don't know, I just wanted to go and everything be plain sailing. And about 18 months ago, before we actually got referred, well no, it would have been longer than that now, about 2 years ago, before we actually got referred to the fertility clinic, I got a phone call from my doctor to say that my estrogen levels were low and that they were going to monitor it, but they never did. So then when I got to the actual fertility clinic, my fertility nurse asked what they did about that, and when I told her I hadn't had any further blood tests, that wasn't great. So I had a load of blood tests with the clinic, but I never really got any follow-up on that. So I'm a bit annoyed about it all really, because I just feel like it's all been really neglected, and obviously if I knew, you know, if it does come back that my estrogen is low again, like, oh, I don't know. I'm just a bit wound up by it because it wasn't as smooth sailing as I wanted it to be. And I didn't intend on having any blood tests done today. And I've now got to go to work and I'm really tired. I've been up since 5 o'clock this morning. And I just feel a bit emotional today. Like, I think I got there and everything was fine. And then after I left, like I say, I had to go for this blood test and then I walked over 3 drains. Someone was ringing me, sorry. Yeah, so I forgot what I was saying. I walked over 3 drains and then I went and got a coffee and I dropped my coffee all on the train. And I'm just not having a very good day, so it's not going particularly well. But so far, I've got to stay positive. Everything else was good. It's just my womb lining that was a little bit thin. But fingers crossed, I hear from her. And no, well, no, realistically, fingers crossed I don't hear from her. So fingers crossed I don't hear from her and I can start my Cetrotide tomorrow and then everything's good. But now I need to get ready and go to work. That wasn't her ringing me, I did just panic, but no, the number was Warrington. So yeah, I now need to go to work, which I don't really want to do. Morning. So today I'm very tired. I've just woken up. It's 7:15 in the morning and it's day 6 on our stims, so day 6 of our injections. I didn't hear back from the nurse yesterday, which is a good thing, so it means we're carrying on as normal. So this morning I start my Cetrotide injections and I am bricking it. This is not looking very nice. So yeah, she did say that if I was going to get side effects, it was going to be with this one really. So yeah, not looking forward to the bloat. But yeah, I've been alright. I've been really tired. I've been getting twinges in my ovaries. There's just like a weird shooting pain every now and again. And yeah, I've been a bit bloated, but not massively. My main thing at the minute has just been my tiredness, but I don't think it's helped that I've had to get up at 5 o'clock every day this week. So yeah, so I will take downstairs and we'll crack on with this second injection, which looks awfully complicated, and no matter how many times I watch the video, I still look at it and think, complicated. Today is Monday the 4th of November. It is 5 o'clock in the morning. I've just done my injection and I'm about to head off to London for my second scan. So hopefully everything goes okay. So yesterday I went for my third scan and I had to have more blood tests, and unfortunately I've got to go back again tomorrow for another scan. So my medication was continued for another 2 days, which means hopefully tonight is my last Benfola. I really hope it is, because my stomach is getting to the point where it just does not want to be injected anymore. So I have this tonight, and then I have my Cetrotide in the morning, and then hopefully we'll trigger tomorrow night, which means my collection will be on Sunday. So I'm really hoping that that's what happens, but obviously I will let you know tomorrow when I'm in London. But yeah, so this is it. This is the final one. Evening. So it is Friday the 8th of November, and this morning I went for my final scan. It was an interesting one. So my left ovary seems to be really tucked away, like it was really quite painful and quite uncomfortable when she was trying to find it, but it seems to be tucked like somewhere chronic, like God knows where it is, but it only looks like there's 2 follicles on that side anyway, so she isn't convinced that they're actually even going to try and touch it when it comes to my egg collection because it is so tucked away. My right one though is brilliant. She was really happy with that, and she said that if she doesn't get good ones out of that, then she's going to throw herself out the window because it is just textbook perfect. So tonight we trigger, which means on Sunday morning I have my egg collection, and Marco has to do his business in the cup, and everything will be fertilised. So it's quite scary, but it is now showtime. I have about 6 minutes until I need to do it. So this is our Ovitrail. Marco's just got out of the fridge, and yeah, this is it now. No more injections. Right, shall I make a baby? Right, ready? The dogs want a bit.
Trigger. Triggered. Ignition on. Alright. Yeah, I'm excited. A little bit nervous.
That sucks. This is the ugliest socks I've ever worn in my entire life. I'm really nervous. Can you tell? I think I've gone back to front. Not that there's a wrong way to wear bags that you've been. Right. This is it. I look like Voldemort. Oh God, I should have. I can't tie my hair up. Do you think I'm really attractive?
Maybe you just think you're...
There you go. At least you've got something to think about while you're in that little room, me looking like a dinner lady. We got 7 eggs, which I think is good. Is that good? Are we happy with 7?
Yeah.
We're happy with 7.
Yeah, we're 7.
6 boys and 1 girl. But we should be coming back on Friday for my transfer. I'm very sore. So today is I don't even know what day it is actually. It's the 13th of November, and today I am really hoping that 13 is my lucky number. So we had a phone call from the clinic. Obviously we got 7 eggs on Sunday. So they rang us on Monday and they told us that only 2 had fertilised. So they wanted to transfer on Wednesday instead, so today. And then they rang yesterday to tell us what time and let us know how they're developing. So we have a grade 2 egg with 7 cells and a grade 3 egg with 7 cells. I'm not really sure what that means or what difference it makes, but I know it has something to do with like how well it's dividing. So they're still developing, which is good. There's just a bit of fragmentation by the sounds of things, but it's not important. What is important is that when it's put inside me, it grows. So, as of this evening, I'll be pregnant until proven otherwise. I'm quite nervous. Well, no, I say I'm nervous. I'm not. I'm nervous for the procedure. I know it's quite straightforward, but I just I don't know, I just worry it's going to fall out. Like when I go to the toilet. I know that's like not going to happen, but I don't know, I just feel a bit nervous, like this could be it. This could either be a really good thing or in 2 weeks it's going to be a really bad thing. So I don't know, but I definitely feel excited more than anything else, so that's good. So I'm going to come home tonight, put my fluffy socks on and eat my McDonald's chips. So yeah, I'll see you on the other side. Okay, so we were just about to leave and they rang to say that it was cancelled today, and that they want us to go in on Friday. So we've still got the 2 embryos. One is growing way too fast and has 11 cells when it shouldn't have that many on day 3, and the other one hasn't grown at all since yesterday. So they want to see whether or not the grade 2, which has 11 cells, whether or not that is going to make it to blastocyst. And the other one isn't suitable for transfer at the minute. So yeah, I'm just gutted. I just think I panicked about the fact that they wanted to do it early and that they wanted to do it on day 3, and then I got used to that idea, and now that's not happening. So now I think I'm just panicking that it's growing too fast and that on Friday it's not going to make it, and it's not going to make it to Friday. So we'll just have to wait and see. But I just feel really deflated. I feel really just deflated, and I've spent the last hour crying and just sat on Google, but I don't seem to be able to find much. Just a bit gutted. It's quite hard to lose, like, to keep hope when I just feel like everything has just been delayed. Like, I think, you know, I was so late for my period, and then so we were late starting, and then they weren't growing the way they should be initially, and then they weren't ready on time, so I had to carry on with my medication even further. And now this, so I just don't really feel like the odds are stacked in our favour at the minute, but all we can do is wait. There's not much I can do. So, we've had a phone call. Transfer is tomorrow. Everything is okay. 11 o'clock tomorrow. I'm having my transfer. No ifs, buts or maybe. As long as something catastrophic doesn't happen overnight, as of tomorrow I'll be pregnant until proven otherwise. Okay, so it's Friday the 15th of November, and this morning we were due to have our transfer. So we got this morning, got on a train, we hadn't heard anything, so we got on the train, and just before we got to Huntingdon we got a phone call from the embryologist to tell us that neither of the embryos made it to today. They stopped growing, and so there's nothing to transfer. There's nothing to transfer, there's nothing to freeze, it didn't work. So that's it, that is round 1 done. And it didn't work. So now we're back at square 1. And I've done nothing but cry all morning. And I don't know why, but it didn't work. So that's that. The end.